selling CPG and learning. And in Hawaii, it's a thing. It's a whole different thing as far as what I've understood. But I said like, I forgot my exact explanation. I was like, I remember I said it first, and I was like, she ain't gonna get it. I think I said, it's a cheaper per unit price. Oh. I said something like that.
Yeah.
And as soon as I said, I'm like, okay, wait, back up.
Yeah.
And then I tried to explain like units, measurements. I'm like, how can I make it like simple? And I don't know where I ended because I was driving. I had to turn, Yeah. But I remember I started with, it's just a cheaper per unit price.
Yeah.
Come on. That ain't gonna help anybody.
Yeah.
Then I kind of opened my eyes to, well, I do want to have my children grow up with a different set of toolbox as far as like info than I did, because my dad wasn't trying to tell me what wholesale was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just kind of really started that conversation that's ongoing. Her homework today will be to listen to Uncle Loren.
Yeah. It's gonna be a long one, so watch out.
But and I think the other part of it is not just 6-year-olds out there, but people in general. Tell me not. 2020, right? Everyone rethought their money making strategies.
Oh yeah.
And in that, there are a lot of people who started businesses, not just e-commerce, but people who like either I cannot go into my job's telling me not to come in. I'm here consuming all this information on the internet. Now I have the time to actually put some action behind these things I'm thinking about. And a lot of times that will come out as, hey, I started this, I started that. And when you so I've had conversations with people in that year where for us, I'm sure, like CPG, especially if you have a product in a grocery store, 2020 was actually a pretty good year.
Yeah, no, food.
Right?
People got to eat.
And I was like, whoa, what's going on?
Yeah.
The online store, the DTC also was like,
exploded.
Dang, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And I think people who their entry to this world was in 2020, they were jumping in like head first. And then I had these conversations about DTC, wholesale, retail, margins. And then I was kind of digging into the memory banks in my notes of like every time after I'm on a session, on my ride home all the way, like west side over here, I would like do voice memos, trying to digest, reiterate, and kind of learn what I just learned. And so that was real helpful. But I came to the realization, and I want to ask you, because you're still doing it. I have my thoughts, but I want to hear yours. Like, what are the biggest like hurdles for somebody in Hawaii doing CPG? Like, if they're starting today, what would you be like? Okay, handle this first.
Yeah. Oh man, where do you even start? Packaging cost is probably a big one, or unique packaging cost, because we can go down to our local packaging supplier, but they only have a very limited amount of packaging. And in this day and age, a lot of people like really unique packaging. So it's like, they may have to fly to LA and talk with a packaging consultant over there and be like, hey, what's even available? Because through all the things I've experienced, like the more I am aware of what's out there, like the better I become. And like that's really hindered me a lot, was like I only knew what this little packaging store down the road, and they have like 5 bags, and that's my options, right? Is you can get the pink one, the gold one, the clear one. Have a good one. There you go. Yeah. And it's like, but if you go to LA or somewhere else, they could have like thousands and thousands of packaging, and they have like tons of suppliers, and it's like then you can create some really unique looking products. Like glass jars here in Hawaii, there's like a few glass jars.
And I'm sure
that's what you do. Yeah. So it's like there's a few glass jars. Like which one do I pick to look like everybody else?
The 12-ounce ring neck.
Yeah. So it's like, so it's, that's just one little start. We actually got shipping pretty good, because shipping things to Hawaii is very expensive because everything's coming here, but nothing's going that way. So shipping away from Hawaii isn't really that expensive compared to shipping here. So that's actually a plus, I would say. But yeah, just the general, business taxes here, it's not the best for us.
What do you mean by that though? I just started, I want to do CPG. My grandma has a recipe. Help me.
Yeah.
and then I hear you say taxes aren't the best.
I guess, I don't know. I guess as a startup, I wouldn't really even, think about that. It's more like when you're way down the road, maybe that comes into play. But man, what else is just...
Packaging, shipping.
Yeah, food. Oh, yeah. So ingredients. There you go. So depending again on what you're doing, food or it doesn't have, a CPG doesn't have to be food. It could be something else, but just a consumer packaged good. You go to the store and you just buy it, go home with it. So yeah, ingredients is like insane. Like for example, make my hummus. Like, oh, is Chef Son going to have like tahini this month or week or day? Like maybe not. Are they going to have like lemon juice? Are they, is the garlic going to be in? Like garlic went up like double. It was like crazy. Like when I buy garlic, it was usually like $20, and then all of a sudden it was like $50. I'm like, what is happening?
Wait, what? The 5-pound bag? No,
yeah, the 5-pound garlic bag. Yeah, it went from like $23 to like $50 something. And I was like, no, this is a mistake. There's no way this is real.
It wasn't a mistake.
Yeah, and then, like that was crazy. So just in general, like ingredients is like, oh my god, like yeah, making hummus gets difficult because like if I get low on stuff and I have to find things, I just gotta hope they're there.
So what? Like, okay, let's use that example. Oh shit, garlic just doubled. So now my cost of goods equation just got fucked up, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm going to go ahead and renegotiate a contract with all my accounts, with all my retail accounts.
Yeah.
So in that process, do you just automatically have a certain amount of percentage that you're buffering for, and or you have a plan where, okay, my cost of goods changed this much. That means I need to do X, Y, Z, and maybe my online sales, I need to launch.
Yeah, you got to do something. I mean, to run a business, you have to make money. So it's sustained, right? So let's say if you have a really good, like, I want to save the fish, or I don't know, something. You want to save something, right? You created this business to help save like wildlife or something, right? Okay. So, and you're not trying to overcharge people, but if you want to save the wildlife, you still have to make money so you can donate to the wildlife foundations and things like that. So no matter what, you still got to be making money. So it still has to be on your mind, like, okay, this business has to survive.
Yeah.
If I have to charge an extra $1 a product, well, I got to do it because I really want to donate to help save the wildlife. So that's what we're going to do. And, and the consumer is going to pay more, but you got to stay alive, because if you don't, then you're not supporting the wildlife, so you got to figure out like how to make it work. You just got to do it. End of story.